Drinking buddies. A couple years ago, Jack Daniel's decided to release a 97 proof 10-year bourbon. And then last year, they released a second batch of that 10-year and then a 12-year at 107 proof. This year, they're both back. So it's batch 2 of the 12-year and batch 3 of the 10-year. Let's figure out what's the best one so far. Maybe it's one of the new ones. Maybe you need to be hunting for them. Let's go.
I'm your drinking buddy.
All right, drinking buddies. So I thought the best way that I could do this is blind. I got these 2 samples. I only actually own one of these bottles. The rest of these are samples from great people like you out there who are fans of this channel. And I poured them and mixed them up. And now we're going to blind taste them to see what the best one they've done. Maybe there's not a very big difference. I don't know. The only way to really figure that out is blind. So, ooh, yeah. Banana and oak. Subtle cherry. Oh, yeah, honey. I think off the palate, that's one of the 12s. Proof's a little, a little over 100. There's some nice cherry here, oak presence, medicinal cherry more than regular cherry. There's not banana here. I don't get banana, but there's like a burned sugar thing, like a creme brulee thing. Very sweet, very nice. Now, it might be crazy, but this one is giving me a little bit youthier vibe. Not like young whiskey, but just not quite as much, oak and cherry presence as I was getting off the first one, which are usually signs of age. Yeah, this one's nice though. It's caramel and vanilla and cinnamon. I'm kind of at a loss for words because that could very easily be one of the 12s. Maybe I have 2 12s back to back, but I don't know. That one's a little bit peanutty. There's some peanut here. There's some banana. There's some cinnamon. Little bit of a sweet tea thing as well, like peanutty sweet tea with the little banana in it. My description is probably not making you want to run out and get it, but it is a good whiskey. Okay. Now, this is a very similar nose to glass too. There's a little bit of a grain thing. And yeah, like a cinnamon, brown sugar. It's a little bright, so maybe it's like a not quite herbal tea. I guess it's just a black tea thing. I want to say herbal tea, but it's not really all that herbal. Yeah, that's definitely whatever's in glass 2 is also in glass 3. I mean, well, different batches, but man, I don't remember ever getting this much peanut off of Jack Daniel's, but this is a peanut butter and banana sandwich, man. Yeah, that's got a little bit of that burnt sugar thing from the last one where it's like a little creme brulee type thing, cinnamon. Yeah, really, that is a peanut butter and banana sandwich. Now this one smells more like glass 1. Maybe? Now I'm getting like a little bit of a cola thing off of all of them. I'm doing bad at this right now. I'm not sure if that's one of the 10s or one of the 12s. I'm getting some of the vibes that I got off of the first glass and some of the vibes I got off the second and third glasses. This one's like cherry and peanut. less cherry on this one, but a little bit. There's oak here. There's a cinnamon thing. So far, we got 4 great whiskeys up here. I guess I didn't give you any notes. Sorry. Yeah, maybe this is... Yeah. This could be the other 12. I don't know. Honestly, we're just trying to figure out what the best whiskey is. But this one's got cherry and oak. And a black tea. Yeah. That's got some nice medicinal cherry things. There's some oak here, a little bit higher in proof. My initial impression is that these two are the 12s and they are better than the rest. But that could change. You know, sometimes wonky things happen when you go through them a second time. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go through these a second time, and then I'll give you my final rankings and to tell you which ones you should be running out to buy. So we'll be right back. I will say that I could be wrong about that initial guess, just purely because they're all drinking to be around the same proof. Now, I know the 10s are 97 proof and the 12s are 107 proof, so only 10 points difference is not a lot. But they all drink to me about 105 proof. The 10s are drinking hotter than they are. But I think these three in the back are 10s because I'm getting a little subtle banana off all three. I'm getting some peanut off of all three. I'm getting similar flavor profiles off the three. If I have to pick a favorite, I think it's the second glass, but they are really neck and neck. I'm going to go ahead and say that there's not an enormous difference between Jack 10, releases. If you have last year's and you don't get to find this year's, I don't think that's the end of the world because Jack 10 is going to be good every year. And then on the 12, I'm going to say a similar thing because I think these are the 12s, and I think that they are delivering really great flavors. And if I have to pick a favorite, I think it's glass 5. But this one over here is just giving, the second time I went through it, it really kind of blew me away because this one gives me such a punch of medicinal cherry flavor that it all, like, I love it. Don't get me wrong. This is a 10 out of 10. Well, not 10 out of 10, but like 9.7 out of 10 whiskey right here. But it's almost one note of that medicinal cherry, whereas this one's a little bit more complicated. There's a little bit more here. There's some other characteristics here that I like a little bit more. So let's figure out if I'm right about any of this, because I think these are the two 12s. Okay, so batch 2 of the 12 was my favorite, so that's this year's release. And then my second favorite whiskey up here was batch 1 of the 12. 12 to me, I would say, is one that I will always hunt. I'm always after a Jack 12, whereas Jack 10, if I don't get that release this year, it won't be the end of the world for me. I like it a lot, but the 12 for me is just much better. That's my personal palate. Now you take that as you will. I think it's a little weird that they don't really line up with Jack Daniel's flavor profile that much, despite being Jack Daniel's products. Maybe it's just the extra age in the barrel, but the 12s don't taste like Jack Daniel's at all. They just taste like great whiskey. Anyway, rant. I did say this one was my favorite of the 10s. That's batch 2 of the 10s. And then these two are really just tied. Batch 3 and then batch 1. All right, what did we learn today, drinking buddies? If you are in some sort of lottery, allocation raffle, or maybe you just live in Phoenix where last year Jack 10 and 12 were hitting like every other day at grocery stores and Costco's and liquor stores. Like they had so much Jack 10 and Jack 12 in Phoenix. It was unbelievable. I can tell you that Tucson didn't get very much, but Phoenix got a lot of it. So if you're in an area where Jack 10 and 12 are plentiful, buy the 12 if it's a limit 1. If it's limit 2, buy them both. But it's a great whiskey. I definitely don't think it's one that you see it at a museum liquor store and it's $300. I don't think it's one you should be buying. But I will tell you that it is a great whiskey, and it's one that you probably want to be hunting for. Well, drinking buddies, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate every single one of you. Every time you guys every time you guys subscribe to the channel, you make this thing possible. I couldn't do this without you. Cheers.
I'm your drinking buddy.